Canva just dropped a massive redesign of their system. It's Canva 2.0. Basically, they have embedded AI into the whole system and they've changed a few things. It doesn't look as different as it did with the last update, but there have been quite a lot of changes. And the biggest change is in the video editing. If you're new here, this is Canva Tips for Authors, where we show authors how to use Canva for book marketing. If you'd like to talk to other authors about Canva, come join the Facebook group. The link is in the description. It is not as intuitive as it used to be, so there is a bit of a learning curve with it. So I'm going to be teaching myself how to use it whilst making a book trailer, and I thought I would take you along with me. Now, the first thing I'm going to show you is, because I'm not 100% of the fan of this thing, I'm going to show you how to turn it off. So you go to your profile, go to settings, and if you scroll right to the bottom, video editing, use new multi-track video editor. It is still in beta, so it's a little bit buggy. And if you want to go back to the familiar old editor, which works perfectly well, and you can do, I think, about 98% of the things that you can do in the new editor, you can do in the old one. So you just toggle this switch on and off. That said, if you are using the new editor, this is where you go. Right. So let's get a video, and what should we do? TikTok video. Before, you used to have pages and you used to have to do everything in pages. You can still have pages somewhere. Where's it gone? There you go. If you hide your page, the video editor bit, you go back to pages. So you can add pages just like you used to do. Or you could go back and look at the timeline. You go into elements, you can search for a video. Let's find some video clips to use for this book trailer. You could, if you want to, use a prompt and use the AI to generate the video that you want. But we're not going to do that, but you can. Okay, we're going to search for Christmas display window because this is what the heroine is doing. Let's have a look at this one. Now, a lot of these ones are Pro images, so you need Canva Pro to be able to use them. If you want just free ones, let's have a look. If you want to try Canva Pro for free for 30 days, there is a link in the description. Okay, these don't actually capture what I want, although I quite like that. And that. So I'm going to put those in. And I'm going to go for one of the Pro ones, which I really liked, which was about this one here. Okay, so I've got 3 clips, all very Christmassy. So this is your working timeline. So I've got these clips now. To drag them around, you can move them. So I'm going to move this one to there. So you've got your 3 video clips now, and then you can add things that you want. So I'm going to get my book cover. Okay, so this one I'm going to move up, which means it becomes an overlay, becomes overlaid onto here. So you can adjust the length of these clips as much as you want. So I'm going to make it this one 6 seconds. You used to be able to adjust the length of it from up here, but I guess you can't now. Oh, maybe you can. Maybe you can. That you've got a few things that used to be up here are now in the side here, and any apps that you want to use that are useful for videos specifically are all here now, so it's easier to find. Okay, let's make this one 6 seconds as well. Go on, give me the bars. And this one is probably going to be about 6 seconds as well. Okay, now this guy, let's move him, move it, put it here, make it smaller. And then get the edges out so that the whole of the book cover is visible. Because for some reason it snapped it to the size of, there we go. And I'm going to put a glow around it, edit, shadows, glow, and we're going to size up the glow a little bit so that it stands out a little bit more. Let's have a look. How does that look? Okay. And then we can put in a little button that says ebook available now, maybe. So let's get a rectangle. And we're going to make it yellow so that it pops out nicely. And we're going to make this look more like a button. So we're going to round the corners. And if we want, we can make it stand out a little bit by putting a gradient in. And we don't want it to be green, we want it to be sort of a really dark red. So let's pick one of the dark reds from here. And we want it to be like this. And then we want most of it to be yellow. So let's just do lots and lots of yellow. And then put this right at the edge. And actually, let's just go for a slightly darker yellow. There we go. That's quite a nice little button there. And we can write read now on ebook. In ebook. Or just read now, actually. People will figure that out. And we'll turn the text to red. Let's make it a little wider. And a little shallower. And put that in the middle. There we go. So that's quite nice. We could put a bit more snow falling on the top. Oh, it's not in shapes. Sorry, snow. There we go. And we go for graphics. And animation. Well, let's look for animated snow that's falling. That sort of thing is what I'm after. So that. So, as you can see, each of these gets its own little line. One here, and you can move them up and down so that you are essentially working through layers here. So if you wanted the snow to be on top of the read now button, which it currently is not, you could just swap them around. It doesn't automatically add one. Oh no, there we go. It does. Ha. So if you wanted to put the snow on top of the read now button, you can do. You can just move things around. At the moment, if I go to here and I play it, you've got Christmas with the Secret Tycoon comes up and then read now. So let's get this to start right from the start. And I'm going to turn the transparency down a tiny bit just because it's already got snow in the back. Now let's see what that looks like. Oh, Christmas with the Secret Tycoon disappeared. So you see what I mean? You can adjust the length of just about anything, and it gives you quite a lot of control compared to before. Right, so now I need some text for here. Let's look for frosted glass. Something like this. Okay, so let me put some text in here. Okay, and let's select this, copy and paste into the next one. Put it in the middle. We had to duplicate it so that it was strong enough so that you could read the text. And let's just copy this as well and paste it, and then I can change the text. And then let's move it to there. Well, the trouble is you can't always see the bottom, so that you don't always see where the edges are. So this is where this is. So let's move. Okay, we'll go down there and we'll put everything in the right place, and then we'll move it back up again. Okay. Okay, right. So you can go there. It is, to my mind, a little bit more fiddly than the old version. It does snap to the right place, which is quite useful. Right, let's give this. So we have it fade in, effects, not effects, animate, and where's the fade? This one. So you go to fade, you change it to on enter. If you've got Canva Pro, you can change the speed at which it fades in, and you can change whether you want it word by word or the whole thing. I want the whole thing. So let's do that. I've got them the wrong way around. But first of all, I'm going to select the thing that I've just messed with, and I'm going to go to copy style, and I'm going to paste it onto the next one. So that should also now have the same animation effect on it. But what we want this to come up first, because her life was ruined by a con artist, and then about half a second later, we want that to come up. And now we can move these over, because these snap to the right place now. And we need the same animation thing, so we go to copy style again, and we do that. And that should apply the same animation to there. And let's just check how long this thing is, right? So it needs to be about here. Never mind. We just go until it's the next one down is visible, and then there we go. And it snaps to the right place, and snaps to the right place. Okay. Then I think everything else is okay. Let's put an animation on that one, a different one. Let's do rise. And then we could bring this out to here. The other thing you can do is add sounds. I'm not going to, because what I do is I go onto TikTok or Instagram and I use the in-app sounds. But if you wanted to add sounds, you could go to browse categories. You've got these cutesy little icons now, which is nice, I guess. And you can search Christmas music. And you've got a whole load of Christmas music, some of which is free, some of which isn't. And you can just add it. So if we do happy Christmas music there for 17 seconds, it will just get added, and the audio stuff goes below the video stuff. Now, if you are wondering what happened to the transitions, because you know how I love match and move and all of that, they're still there. You need to go between, add transition, and you could have them dissolve. I suppose we could do that. And turn the duration down to 0.2 seconds and apply between all pages. Okay, so now these are all dissolved from one to the other quite easily. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, let's try. Hey, so there we have it, a Christmassy book trailer made using the new Canva editor. If you found this useful, please tell all your friends, and I will see you in the next video.